Perfect, 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 perfect.
Hey, what's
Hello.
going on? That was
What's
weird.
going on?
It's 75 degrees in my office here. It's super fucking uncomfortable. But, I'm here and it's Wednesday and it's the Mike and Mish show. And we're back from Sturgis. What's up, Mike?
Yeah, what's going on? I feel like we were just in Sturgis like 2 seconds ago and they passed by so quickly.
What maybe like one of these years we'll go out there and we'll actually like stay a couple extra days and enjoy Sturgis because it is a good time out there. And like literally, guys, we flew in there and got to our hotel at what, like 1:30 in the afternoon, and then got on a shuttle with the BKFC guys over to the Buffalo Chip at 4:30, and
Yep.
then we were off to the races since then.
We're
And
off to the races.
yeah,
Some
it
would
was.
say on the way there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some would say on the way there. Yeah, on the way to the event, it was something else. But we had a good time. The weather was much better. Would you say?
Oh my God, it was way better. I
Yeah.
mean, less 100+ degrees is your thing, but it's not my thing. I can tell you that. I'm somebody who likes to complain about hot weather, and I also like to complain about cold weather because I'm a complainer about the weather.
So
Whether or not it's hot or cold.
where are you gonna end up
I
when you
hate it
retire?
all.
When you retire, are you gonna like? You think you're gonna find like a happy medium, like North Carolina or something like
No,
that?
no,
No.
no, nope. I think that I could if I was alone. If I was
Oh, okay.
alone on this
You'll end
earth,
up in
I could
Florida.
probably find a nice place that was just very comfortable.
Oh,
But
OC
I
is
have a good feeling that my family's going to drag me into some real heated areas.
awesome. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Florida. Like I
Nah, I
love.
can deal. I can
I,
deal.
yeah, you get used to that shit. But if everybody can remember, last year when Mike and I went out to Sturgis, it was 102 degrees the day of the weigh-ins, and Chelsea Bria freaking fell out on stage. Right? I don't remember that happening,
I
but they
don't
kept
know if it
talking
was
about
it
it,
on stage. I don't know.
or maybe backstage. They said she fucking
It was
passed out.
hot as hell. All I know is that more people probably fell out that we don't know about. Hot
Yeah.
heat weather casualties wearing red dog tags from now on.
Heat, weather, casualty. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
God.
the red dog tags. Or if you're at OCS, I was looking at the all the candidates run around the other day, and they make them wear.
OCS is Officer Candidate School for you
Yeah,
uninformed people out there.
they make them all wear big red things on their sleeve. They look like looks like the Scarlet Letter out there. Like you're a fucking outcast if you're wearing that thing on your sleeve. Oh man, have you ever gone down to Camp Net during OCS and watched what they do to those guys?
Yeah, I've seen it. And you know what makes me think
It's
to my head
great,
in my head? I'm never doing that. I'm
dude.
never doing that. I would never want to go back to that. And I talked to a few guys that are there and they come back and they're fine. But I just think to myself, like, I just don't have any ounce of my being wants to be back in a basic training type environment. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't want to do it.
when I was teaching down there last week, I was like
I've come
watching,
too far, Kyle. I've come
dude.
too far.
Mike, you know the rubber duckies, like the fake M16 rubber duckies. They,
Yes.
for those who don't know, a rubber ducky is just it's like a exact replica of an M6 of like an old M16 with a magazine in it, but it's completely hard black plastic. And from a distance, you would think it's a real weapon, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's rubber.
Yeah.
They call it the rubber ducky. There was a kid. He
Rubber
must have fucked,
ducky.
dude. He must have left his weapon somewhere because this kid was carrying a rubber ducky that was like 15 times bigger than an actual rubber ducky.
It's
That
huge.
it was huge. It was like
Oh, that's great.
dude, it was like 6 feet long, but it was shaped exactly like an M16. It looked exactly like a rubber ducky, but this fucking poor kid is carrying it around all day. And when they're standing in formation, he's got it like standing up next to him and it's like taller than him and shit. It was funny as hell. I thought it was great. And then there was another kid wearing a necklace of rubber chickens around his neck. I have no idea what that was about either, but I guess if you fuck up, you fuck around and find out. So, anyways, Mike, hey, guess what? You guys check out our shirts. Check these shirts out.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, hello. What do you got there, Mike?
Full
Oh,
blast. Hold
we
nothing back.
Yes.
hate cold weather and I hate hot weather. I'm holding nothing back there. I ain't going back to basic training.
That's right. And when we go out to Sturgis, we hold nothing back. It's just us. So it was a perfect fit. I would like
No
to
holds
our
barred.
newest sponsor, Mike. Check it out. Full Blast Clothing, hold nothing back. It's a company for the fighters and the fans, my friend. And they are now official sponsors of the Mike and Mish Show, energy driven lifestyle brand Full Blast. Get over to their website at www.fullblastclothing.com, or even better, head over to their Instagram at Full Blast Clothing and give them a share, or give them a follow, give them a share, go to the website, buy some of their stuff, let them know that you came because you were watching the Mike and Mish Show. And welcome to the Mike and Mish family, Full Blast Clothing. I'm into it. What's up, Mike?
I've been wearing these shirts all the time. It's really kind of funny because
Yep.
I wore one on my birthday, actually. Not a lie. No lies detected. I wore it on my birthday. I like them so much. They're very comfortable. We got them in the mail a little while back. Just, out of the goodness of their kind hearts, they sent us some mail. I went down to my mailbox one day and I was like, wow, what is this? And it was a neat package of a bunch of shirts for just being cool. And
Holy
then,
smokes. There's 79 comments right now on the show, Mike. I didn't even look at any of them. There's
oh my
79.
God. So I got them and I'm wearing them. And you know what Steph actually asked the other day? She was like, are you sponsored by them? And I was like, no, we're not. I just wear the shirts all the time. So look at that. It's like natural. It's just natural.
You got a hoodie too? Did you get a hoodie
I,
from them? I think
no,
you
I
did.
don't. Did I?
You might want to
Maybe.
check your clothes, check your closet.
I
or
might.
something.
I
Because
might.
I think they
But I
sent
haven't
one.
worn a hoodie for quite some time.
Right. I think
I
you
mean,
got
I
a hoodie
did,
too.
but
So, anyways, hey, I put their information at the bottom of the screen. We're gonna be doing more stuff with Full Blast, but they're on board now. So check them out, Full Blast Clothing. Thank you for the sponsorship. We're looking forward to the future. So, Mike, we were in Sturgis, South Dakota. Before we get into the event, we're going to go right through the timeline here. We got out there, we checked in, we headed over, we did the weigh-ins, but then after the weigh-ins, we hung out with some of our good friends. We shared a few toasts to our good friend Tommy Clohessy, and we went and saw a concert, Mike.
I wish I had pictures of the toast and us hanging out. I didn't take any pictures that time.
Nah, it was cool to hang out with a small group of people that were pretty close to Tommy.
Yeah.
And what's up?
We were with
Kevin,
Yep.
DJ Tony,
Yep.
Scott,
Yep.
Howie, me and
Howie was
you.
talking shit about everybody that night too. Nobody was safe. Every single person in the comments he was talking about.
Is
For sure.
Howie ever not talking shit?
Everything he says is a negative comment talking shit about somebody. But
I also
Kai Stewart was there.
Kai Stewart and Dakota were there.
was there.
I shotgunned a beer in front of Kai Stewart that he clocked
Start?
at 2.58 seconds, Mike.
2.58 seconds.
I have the video.
Jeez.
I have the video. I can send it to you and we can play it. You want me to send the video? We can play it at some point during the show.
Yeah, send it. Send it. Send it.
Send it.
We need to set up a Guinness Book of World Records and have them actually show up for that. Because wasn't the guy who did it in like 5 or 6 seconds, which is absurd. You did it in like a third of the time.
I think crazy. It was, I don't know, but either way, I did that, and and then we went. It freaking absolutely downpoured. It was so for those who haven't been to a Sturgis event, the ring is set up outside, and you watched it on TV, obviously, but the ground that they build the ring on is in the middle of a dirt. Chips. Yeah, it's the middle of a dirt parking lot. That dirt parking lot the night before our event was occupied by thousands of people's feet.
Yeah,
that were watching ZZ Top in the downpouring rain. Dude, it was fucking crazy. We were thinking in our heads, we're like, how are they gonna build the ring here? It's a mud pit right now. This is crazy. But
Yeah, it was fucking muddy, man.
it was muddy. Mike
Our
and I
shoes
had
were destroyed.
right. We had to wash our shoes in the hotel sink.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I had to rinse it off. There was dirt everywhere. I had to use I had an extra toothbrush. It was covered in mud, like a mud ball around my foot.
Darren's in the comments saying right now that Friday he was at Main Street and it was heavy rain and hail. There was hail.
Yeah, I heard there was hail and people were on their motorcycles riding 80 down the highway with hail coming down at them. Do you think they lost any teeth or an eyeball from that? I mean, that is something that I just wouldn't do.
Yeah, no, that's got to be
That's
like
wild.
that's like driving into direct fire, Mike. Fuck that.
That's fucking nuts.
You're supposed to
Riding in
drive the other
hail
way.
with your motorcycle. You're riding through the
Yeah.
hail.
Yeah. See, I don't even remember it hailing where we were, but I guess it
I
did.
don't think
But
it did.
I also remember big lightning strikes. It was fucking crazy. So,
Yes.
guys, 75, 80-year-old freaking ZZ Top are up there with this big graffiti background behind them, just ripping, just did all the classics. It was so cool. Something like I never in my life would I think I would be in South Dakota seeing ZZ Top play fucking
Never.
all their hits in the rain at like geriatric age, but they did, and they never held back, man. They were like stomping their feet because it was raining on the stage. And like they're playing a guitar and they're like stomping their foot and the water's coming up off the stage. When
I was waiting for electrocution. I didn't want it to happen, but I thought it was going to happen. I was like, how are these guys not getting electrocuted over here?
You know what they probably think at that point, though? They're like, we've been literally doing this for 60 years. If I die by a lightning strike on stage while performing, it's pretty fucking okay with me. You know what I mean? Like, I've done enough. This is how I want to go out. You know?
Yeah, probably. There was lightning that struck at the very end, like last riff, boom, and I thought it was fireworks because it was so perfect. Lightning came down, boom. I thought it hit the crowd, and both the guys in ZZ Top were like, "Oh!" They actually got scared for a second.
They had their furry guitars out at that point too.
Like, oh shit!
Right? They were
because nobody knew obviously it was going to happen. It was loud. It was like when they set off a firework right next to the stage. If lightning like hit right there, the very last riff of their encore song. It was like couldn't have been more perfect timing, but scared the shit out of all of us.
Dude, look at that. Kevin Smith says Tony got that lightning strike on video at the end.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think I saw that. So
they were playing it in the car. And they were arguing about somebody wanted the video to post it. And he was arguing about how he wasn't going to let it go. Like it was going to be some 17 million viewed freaking lightning strike by ZZ Top.
Oh, yeah.
But he doesn't realize that everybody wants to watch a ZZ Top video is probably dead. So
right. There's going
to be like 20 people that know about that band. And they're all don't know how to use the internet or a phone. So the rest of them are in a grave.
Oh, dude, that's fucking great.
And then they were just there because they showed up.
Yeah, listen,
they weren't horrible. I'm not hating on them.
No, it was cool.
I
thought it was totally cool. Man. I thought it was very cool. I sent videos of them performing to my father because that's like I feel like I grew up in my dad's Mazda pickup truck listening to all them freaking songs.
Yeah. I'm trying to load up one of the videos right now.
So I sent you the video of me shotgunning the beer. I don't know if you got it or not, but yeah. So we did that. We ended up calling it a night, and then the next day was the event. And I'm just gonna put the poster back up on here, guys. It's super tiny right there, but that's what we were out there for. BKFC 79 Sturgis, and it did not disappoint. Like these fights, Sturgis. From the first fight of the night, our boy Dan Godoy fought a super game, super tough dude, Paco Castillo, who stepped in there on short notice. And if there was ever a way to hook a crowd at the Sturgis Bike Rally, it is put two dudes out there that are just going to hum fucking haymakers at each other, bust each other up, and bleed all over the place in the direct sunlight. And that's exactly what they did. They went 3 rounds, and it was probably one of the better fights of the night. Now that I went back and rewatched all the different fights for the entire card, That one was entertaining as hell. Right?
Yes, it was definitely entertaining, man. I so the beginning of the show, I feel like I was like super discombobulated of where the hell I wanted to be in that place. I was all over. I was like searching the back, looking for fighters, trying to find out where people were. It was much different than the last time. You know what I mean? Like people were not where they were. It
Right.
was weird to me. So I was like lost in the beginning.
Yeah, it was a little more spread out, and yeah, I agree with you. Definitely. But
I got the ZZ Top video real quick before we go too far into
all right,
the card.
let
Let's
her
see if
run.
this thing works because I did this on the fly here. Let's see if it'll we're both muted here, but look at these guys. How it's raining. They're out here jamming out with furry guitars. This other dude, I guess. I got to pan over to him. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, that was cool as hell. You know what Howie said? Ben's watched all the fights 15 times.
15, probably 20, maybe 30 or 50.
Oh man. Yeah, it was that was definitely cool, man. That was fucking cool for sure. Just check you like, you know what I mean, check that off your bingo card. That did you have that on your bingo card? See fucking ZZ
No.
Top? Nah.
No, I did not. It's like a time my friend's mom won friggin' tickets to the Allman Brothers, and we had 0% interest in seeing the Allman Brothers play. I didn't even know who the hell they were, to be honest. I was just out of high school. My friend's mom's like, I got 3 tickets. I won. You gotta go. It's the Allman Brothers. And we were like, okay. We don't
Did
have
you
much
like
to
it?
do on a Saturday night, so we went there. It was like a blast from the past that I never lived in. It was like living in the 70s. There was people dressed up and there was quilts and there was friggin' people doing shrooms and all sorts of craziness there. It was
Just
wild.
just sitting
I
in a
didn't know
cloud of
any of
weed
the songs, I
smoke.
don't think. I was weird as hell, man. But it was fun. I had fun there. Just watching everybody frolic in the grass at the Tweeter Center. It was
That's
weird. That's what that felt like, just being there, like, I'm here. I'm here. I know that song. I've heard it before on the radio. I'm here.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the event, dude. Let's start with Dan Godoy and give him his props
Dan
because
Nodoy Godoy. That should
yeah,
be his name.
Dan Nodoy Primal Godoy. He was 0-3, really freaking dying for that W and lost his opponent like I don't know 4 or 5 days before the event,
Yeah.
and DJ Tony happened to manage the guy that fell out and have somebody on deck, and Tony got Paco Castillo, who made his debut for the BKFC down at Fort Worth. Tough dude. But Danny Godoy sparked him with a fucking jab off the start. Like the second that fight started,
First shot of the entire card.
yeah, the first punch of the entire card was a knockdown, and it made Paco bleed right off the rip. Made him bleed his own blood.
His own blood. That's right.
Yeah, and then dude, from there, that whole first round was just like a jab clinic from Dan Godoy. And I wish that Dan would have attacked a little more, like a little more. I don't know how I want to say it, but like his technique needs a little work, because in the spots where he was just pushing Paco to the floor, I feel like he could have thrown a punch at that time and turned it into a knockdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
He kept like throwing punches and then shoving them to the floor. And I feel like if Dan gets a little more training, Dan Godoy, that's a good one too.
Good boy. I like No Doy.
No Doy is good, but
No
Castillo,
Doy.
dude, hey,
I don't
you
know
got
if
to
that's a Canadian thing or just an American thing.
No Doy.
No Doy.
Yeah, No Doy. Paco, you know, a lot of people probably wouldn't have made it out of that first round. I got to give that dude some serious props because he came out in the second round and had a little ball, you know, something little fire under his ass. Obviously, getting smacked around in that first round fired him up a little bit because he came out energetic in the second round, and him and Godoy were scrapping, like really trading shots in the second round. It was a good, entertaining fight for the 3 rounds that it lasted, and then I believe it was a doctor stoppage, right? Because Paco's face by the end of the third round was just like he shared a picture on his Instagram of him side by side with the Chucky doll, and it's pretty close. Like he was cut all over his face.
Dude, yes, he was cut up pretty good. Man, it was kind of wild how bad these guys, man, they beat the crap out of each other. And like everybody always like asked me, the lady who was working the counter, she's like, how the hell do these guys do this? Because the next day we're all buying Starbucks. Saturday morning, everybody looks fine. And then Sunday morning, everybody's coming down, look like they got friggin' beat up with a hammer. You know what I mean? Like it looked like their faces were pounded in with a hammer sometimes. This dude had so many stitches on his face, but he was happy.
Oh, absolutely.
He was
Do we have any photos from that one? I can't tell. These things are so small on the side over here.
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you.
Up there so people could see them. They were draped in blood. They were both wearing it. It was
throw these over the background. However, I still have them here for our viewership glory.
You know what's cool though, and we got to meet Dan's parents. Super nice people. Yeah, look at these shots. Nick Vespi at his best over here. We got to meet Dan's parents.
That's not it.
That's not him.
Guess I'm blind too.
Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
No, he not only got his first W with the BKFC, he got it in front of his mom and dad, which his dad was ecstatic. We saw him backstage. Just good, you know, he was a proud parent. He was a proud parent moment for Mr. Godoy for sure.
Yeah,
So,
his mom was right there too. I didn't even realize she was like right next to me sitting down. I didn't realize till afterwards, and I took some pictures, and they were very excited. I mean, listen, you're gonna bring your parents to your fight. You better damn win because I feel it's so bad. You know, they had to travel and you lose. I'd feel like such a douche.
Yeah, no, he did his thing. It was good. Second fight of the night. I don't even think there's all that much to talk about. It was Cody Kerr versus Dylan Bladen. And that was the two that got separated at the weigh-ins.
Yes.
And Cody Kerr fought extremely emotional and angry, and it worked in his favor because he just fucking unleashed the beast on that dude.
Yes.
And
he did.
Got him up against the ropes, and I think he was like cracking him with lefts, and he went down and it was over. And then he let loose a profanity-laced post fight that ended up getting the entire organization talked to.
All we kept hearing from people were like, they went to everybody and told them all, you better stop talking like that on the mic. Now they, I believe, is
the commission.
What, the commission?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because I'm not really sure. Now, listen, I'm sure maybe BKFC would like them to kind of tone it back a little bit, but at the same time, stuff like that makes good reels, you know?
Right.
So
I don't think they give a fuck.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's no holds barred on their end, but the commission's like, you better freaking tone that shit down. You better not say that.
If you pay attention, if you go back and like rewatch the event 15 more times like Big Ben's gonna do, and DJ Tony, those guys are gonna watch them 50 35 more times. You'll notice that the post-fight interviews after that one got very cleaned up all the way up until Julian Lane, and Julian was very emotional in his post-fight interview, and he went to say the word fuck, and he was like, I fuck it, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. He apologized immediately, and then the rest of his post-fight interview he didn't swear at all. So that's a little inside info there. As soon as Cody Kerr got done MFing, Yeah. He said he was gonna take my fucking teeth. I'm here, bitch. This is my fucking turn, motherfucker. Fuck you.
Yeah. What was really funny is because just before Cyrus interviewed him, those guys were talking to each other, and I think Sean Wheelock was like, sporting. He didn't say sporting touch of hands, but he did say like sportsman-like conduct there, and these guys are talking to each other. Very nice to see. And then 2 seconds later, he was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I said maybe he wasn't saying nice things to him. I don't know.
Yeah.
He
That
was very
was
mad about the teeth comment, though. There's something
right.
about those teeth he does not
That's
want
him
people
right
talking
there.
about.
That's him right there. Right
Yeah.
before Cyrus Fees put a mic in his face. And
Oh, yeah. I think that's what I brought up earlier, right? This other picture that I thought was
yeah, that's
related to
him.
Billy.
That's him. You know, landing the right.
Look at the jaw.
He came
Hey,
forward.
look at
Yeah.
that.
Put him against the ropes and then just unleashed a flurry of punches. And I think it was a left hook that freaking
Was it that left hook?
no,
Right behind the air?
no, I think he's gonna hit him one more time. He's gonna turn towards the ropes and then he's gonna and then Cody Kerr is gonna turn back and then just let one more left rip
Yep.
and
And then
puts
he's
him
gonna
down.
go like this. Yeah.
Then he's gonna go, yeah. Fuck you,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Don't
Fuck
talk
my
about
teeth.
my teeth.
Yeah, it was
He was
cool,
mad,
man.
man.
Yeah, he was super
Nope.
mad.
That
Real
dude
mad.
That dude ruined your whole
Normally
night
we would
talking
say
to
you
him.
probably shouldn't fight emotional and angry, but in his case, it really
It
worked out.
worked for him. Yeah. The power was here
Yep,
and here.
yeah, the power was there. So
Yeah.
after him was Timmy Mason. Dude, Timmy Mason, I gotta tell you this, dude.
Tim Mason's a beast.
Tim Mason can fight. That kid
Yeah.
is sharp. He's crisp. I rewatched that fight today, and he's just an impressive kid, man. He knows how to box. He might be one of the more skilled boxers in that featherweight division, to be honest with you.
He's extremely skilled, and he doesn't seem to be afraid of anybody, but I'll tell you who he is afraid of. This guy right here and the other guy that's on the other side of the screen.
Yeah.
You don't want to get into it with us. No.
Not with these two.
That guy can
Nope.
go out in front of a crowd of however many thousands of people and fight no problem. Just walk right out, fight, knocked out, knock somebody out, lose his teeth, freaking whatever the hell. But when it comes to just talking, he don't want to do it. He's like, hell no, I don't want to do that shit. And we laughed. He did it. He's a very nice guy. I do like him. But it is funny how some of these guys and girls will go out and they will fight in front of all these thousands of people, but they do not want to talk. You ask them to talk, and it's like, oh shit. Remember Jay Fish? He was so nervous about talking.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you're a monster. You go out there and fight people. You get knocked out, knocking people out, whatever. And now you don't want to talk in front of it was just me and you. It's like not like anybody even there when we're doing
he
it.
was so nervous. Yeah, he was so nervous. We were like, just relax, man. He's good. And at the end of the interview, when we put his interview out, wait till you see the end of it. I go, anything else you want to say? Yeah, anything you want to say to your fans or anybody out there? Any last words before I let you go? He goes, no.
Nope.
Okay. Nope.
Oh, let me go.
Dude, so I mean the pictures you could see, like, dude, he put on a display of, dude, jabs, hooks, freaking straight lefts, uppercuts. He was throwing everything, and I'm going to tell you right now, that kid has dangerous power in his left hand, and that whole featherweight division should recognize that. And he, after the fight, when we talked to him, he would love a rematch with Brandon Allen, because he has a loss to Brandon Allen, and he would like to get that one back. And another guy that he would like to fight is El Gallo. I wonder if they would.
Yes.
That would be a banger. I think him and El Gallo would be a good one. I mean, I don't know if they would make that. I don't know if Timmy would go down to fucking Florida or if maybe they have a Montana card sometime down the road, and Gallo makes a trip to Montana. I don't know, but I'm interested in that kid. He's for sure a dangerous competitor in that featherweight division. I don't know if anybody in the what's the people in the comments saying? Timmy versus Duran in Montana. LOL. Yeah, that. I mean, I don't know if it would happen, but I had an instant.
Nick Vespi. Yeah, I know. Do you want us to tell that story?
Oh, the bathroom counter.
The bathroom counter. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
He's a trooper.
He's a trooper.
Nick Vespi's a trooper.
Yeah, Nick had a little butterfly stitch in his eyebrow. We thought he might have mouthed off to the old lady, maybe, and he got a
Yeah.
smack across the
She gave
face.
her
But
one,
it
she gave him one of these.
turns out, turns out it was the bathroom counter.
Yeah.
Freaking whacked him.
Yeah.
Yeah, wrecked him, damn near killed him, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Uh, after Timmy Mason was Daniel Pettit versus Kroger, and I know that Kroger was watching. I hope he's still watching. Kid Cobra. Same. I'm going to say the same thing about him that I just said about Timmy Mason. This is a skilled featherweight boxer right here. The featherweight division. We have been saying this for the last year and a half. This division is chock full of fucking dangerous, dude. Just dangerous guys. Starting right from the top with Kai and Brandon Allen and Duran and freaking James Brown and Dan Chapman, Nico Gaffey, you name them. And then you got and Plaziola, Gary Fox. Now you add these kids into the mix, and I'm like, man, they could put a top 15 together. That's the only division I think they have enough dangerous fighters that they could actually rank a top 15. Do you agree?
Yeah, there's a lot of people. It's finally, what's really funny is it was like one of the divisions in the beginning where it was like, there's 3 freaking people here.
Yeah, it was like
Where is
Steve O. Morris.
Kai
Who was
Stewart.
it? Kai Stewart, Steve O. Morris, and who else?
Yeah.
John Chalback.
John Chalback and Rusty
Crowder.
Yeah.
That's it. That was the whole
That's
division.
it.
And
That was the entire division for
it was like,
17
man,
months straight.
like literally for a year and a half, we've had four featherweights, and now it's like they keep showing up. And this kid is an undefeated boxer. We talked to him after the fight. He had 60 fights under his belt. He absolutely impressed. He goes out there. Dan Pettit is throwing nothing but wild power shots the entire round.
He was swinging.
Just swinging for the damn fences with every single punch. He's throwing every bit of his energy into every one of those punches, and Kroger's just picking him apart. Pettit was a bloody mess, dude. Ended up getting
he was swinging so hard, man. He hit the fucking rope at one point super hard. I don't know if you heard his hand on that because he like swung really hard and it hit the rope dead on. And even Sean Wheelock was like, he just punched the rope.
You know what though? He did land a couple shots.
He did.
A couple of wild
right in the
shots.
beginning. He landed a good one.
He did. So Kroger showed that he can take some of these wild power punches and go through them and continue to freaking implement his plan. Because look at these pictures. You see the damage he's doing. That go back to that last picture for a second. That is just like
ouch.
Perfectly. I mean, just perfect. I'm telling you, man. It was the kid did a great job. Pettit admitted to us afterwards that he wasn't in the best, like he was in great shape, but he wasn't in the best fight shape. You know what I mean? So this kid's dangerous, man. And after the fight, when we talked to him, he said, obviously, I would like to fight Kai. But Kai's in the audience right now, and he just saw what I did. He doesn't want to fight me for a very long time. Plus, Kroger's 6'3". Did you know that? He's 6'3".
He is tall. He's very tall.
It's crazy.
They ran into each other after the weigh-ins when we were heading to basically the first bar I'd say we went to after we did all our interviews and stuff. And we ran into Kai, and we were at Scart Farley.
Scart.
Our
boy Scart.
Yeah, so we all went, and we went to go get a drink, and those guys weren't together. So Scart, I don't think Scart and Kai, I don't know if they like each other, but they weren't together. They were separate. We just happened to run into both. But the funny thing is Trayvon ran in. He was walking by, and we happened to say hi, and he stopped, and Kai's there, and he's like, I know I only just started fighting, but how many fights do I need before I can fight you? And Kai was like, dude, you better get like at least 6 fights, and one of them has to be in a top 5 competitor. Like it has to be, probably 2. You know what I mean? Which I agree to an extent. He definitely needs to fight. He fought. Now he got a couple fights. He needs to fight maybe another once or twice and maybe hit like a number 5 guy, depending on who's at number 5. But you know what I mean? He's got to.
What do you think about the two? What do you think about the two featherweights we just talked about fighting each other? Timmy Mason against Trayvon Kroger.
That would be good. I would like to see Trayvon get a fight against someone just one notch below Mason. I think Mason's got some experience, and Mason just won his fight here. Last time he was at Sturgis, he had a nice fight. I mean, yeah, he lost against the Brandon Allen and stuff, but he's really good, really powerful. I think that he needs to fight. He's going up. They're both going up, and Trayvon's been, below him in the rankings right now. So they're both moving up together. Maybe they meet each other in the top five.
Maybe Slick Rick Caruso at 145. For Trayvon, I mean, maybe Slick Rick.
That would be good. That would be good.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one. Yeah, I do think so. Timmy Mason, I think that he has what it takes to be able to train to become a real competitor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
he's got good skills. He's got good power. Yes. It's just I don't know. When he fought Brandon Allen, was his speed. I feel like he could not contest with that speed.
Kid Cobra is in the comments right now on Instagram, and he says, I'll take Mason, no problem. Might take me 2 or 3 rounds, but it definitely won't go 5.
Well, I'm not saying I wouldn't.
James,
I wouldn't
get down
watch,
Brown.
I would watch.
Russ is saying get down Brown.
Get down.
For Mason.
James, get down Brown. James Brown definitely needs a competitor. He hasn't fought for a little while now, huh?
Right. Let's stay on track though. Those are two featherweights that everybody should be paying attention to, though, for sure. Trayvon and Timmy. But after that, dude, Mike and I got to know the winner of this next fight. We got to know him pretty well this weekend. Bear Hill.
Yeah, Bear.
The last barbarian, Bear Hill against Billy Swanson. This one was like, it started right off the rip. They were like duking it out right off the rip, right off the scratch line in the first like 35, 40 seconds, 50 seconds. And then they slowed down a little bit, and they started like feeling each other out for like the second half of the first round. And then the second round started off with like a little bit of a feel out process. And then Bear started landing shots. They started trading, and Billy Swanson ended up in trouble by the end of that round. And Big Bear, he could be dangerous, man. He could fight. He's a big dude. He's a pretty big guy. I would say he's every bit of like 6'2", 6'3", and 250 pounds. That fucking guy
he's a massive gentleman.
He's a massive gentleman. He's a funny dude.
He is funny. I love the war paint. It would be really cool if he could fight with it on, like the Ultimate Warrior, and like as he fought, it kind of like came off his face, like the battle damage.
Here's the only thing.
I love the face paint.
Here's the only thing I would say about him. I don't know how many tools he has in his toolbox, because he threw pretty much exclusively straight right hands. Oh, and he took his shorts off and threw them into the crowd. Did you notice?
Why do you think he did that?
His balls were hot, probably.
His balls was hot. I'm sure they were.
But I'm telling you, go back and watch that fight, and he didn't throw too many jabs or too many anything else's other than straight right hands, right down the middle, power rights, and he's comfortable with backing up. I noticed that he was like comfortable with letting Billy Swanson come towards him.
He is patient. I like he was there.
He's okay with fighting off the back foot. Yeah. He fought off the back foot and landed those power straight right hands right down the fucking pipe. And eventually they got the job done. And he's victorious. We had a good conversation with him afterwards too. And he wants to fast track himself. He said he wants a top 5 fighter. You know what? A top 5 fighter that would be fun for him is Josh Watson.
Yeah.
And I feel like we say Josh Watson about a lot of people. Would be a lot of fun. We do. Fight,
I think I just like Josh Watson.
Maybe that's what it is.
He is a beast too. He's a beast, but I just, he's at that point where he is a contender. And he's a known guy, and he fights and he wins, and he's had some really good wins, some good knockouts against some top level competition too. So like, he's a guy that, like, if you think you have it, you fight Josh Watson, he'll let you know if you have it or not, because he's
Right.
going to stop your ass if you fuck up. Like he will.
Right. And I
Um,
think that Josh Watson's hand speed and power might give Bear the challenge that he needs to be considered in the top 5 of the heavyweight division, because what I saw the other night was impressive with that right hand. I will say that fucking thing is devastating, but I don't know if you could fight Josh Watson and just throw straight rights the whole time. You know what I mean? I don't know if it'll
no,
work out.
absolutely not.
Right. I
No,
don't
I
know if
don't
it'll
think it's
work
gonna
out that
happen.
way. So maybe they try to set that one up or see what they do. But Bear Hill is an absolute gentleman. Like
Yeah.
Mike said, big gentle giant who loves to
One
fight.
thing about the fight, right, where people are starting to boo, and I kind of thought in my head too, like as as the first round ended, I thought to myself, like, man, I really hope this doesn't go the distance, because automatically when I see heavyweights fight, I just am so spoiled. I expect a knockout.
Right.
I expect there's going to be some kind of TKO KO going on here. And so does most everyone else. And a lot of the times, I'm not going to say it happens every time, but most heavyweight fights don't go the distance. And the ones that do tend to get boring, unfortunately,
And you know what?
because
And
they slow down a lot. And then they're throwing powerful shots. So they're going too slow. They're too heavy. So as they slow down slower than everybody else. So it isn't, when it goes the distance, usually doesn't become the greatest fight ever, unfortunately. It's just
yeah,
the way it is.
these guys in the comments are funny. Or Russ, big Russ from Extreme BKFC fans page is the man. Russ says, "How about Huggy Bear?" Big Ben says, "Too many bears in the BKFC." So Huggy Bear versus Bear Hill.
Don't Thuggy Bear.
Who's Huggy Bear? Oh, you're talking about Copeland.
Yeah.
Cuddly Bear. He's talking about Cuddly
Cuddly.
Bear. It's not
Yes.
Huggy Bear.
Yeah.
Thuggy Bear.
Thuggy Bear.
Thuggy Bear is Eric Dotson.
That guy's not fighting Bear.
Huggy Bear, I think, was
I
a
hope.
pimp in fucking Starsky and Hutch. He was slinging that ass, is what he was slinging, not fists. That's Huggy Bear. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Calm down. Jeez, guys. I know Ben loves bears.
yeah, yep, yeah.
Ben
Ben
loves
loves bears.
bears.
He loves.
He does. Ben's a bear himself.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is, freaking, what the fuck? I lost train of thought. Now I had a train of thought, and then we
He's
got
talking
into
about bear.
bear talk. Anyways, let's move on to the next fight: Cheyenne Bentliff versus Marisol Ruelas. I'm gonna just say it right now: Marisol Ruelas does not belong in the 145-pound division. You could absolutely tell that girl just fought at walk around weight, and she was fighting a girl that was 6 inches taller than her with a freaking 8-inch reach advantage, and it didn't play out well for her in the end. She did well in the beginning.
Yeah.
Even though in that
Landed a
first
nice
round,
one.
she landed one. That's what I'm going to say. I say
Yeah.
she did well in the beginning, but honestly, she landed one shot that dropped Cheyenne, but Cheyenne was
She was
beating her.
bringing it.
Cheyenne was winning that first round besides getting dropped. You know what I mean? The drop won her
Yeah,
the round.
it definitely did. But
Yeah.
I thought it was a decent back and forth in that first round. And in the second one didn't start off too bad either. So she held her own in there, at least until she lost.
Right.
Because maybe too much power. I don't know, but she got beat. And how cool must it have been for Cheyenne to win there? Because for whoever
She
watched the show last week, that's where she's from. And she worked at Sturgis for like, what, 10
12
years
years.
or something,
12.
12 years. And she didn't work last year. And she was like, and this will be the second year. And then Kyle pointed out, no, actually, you are working.
Yeah, you're sort of
So
working.
you are actually working the event once again. So, but she's got a lot of promise, I think. If she keeps up in BKFC, getting better and everything, if they build the 145-pound division, would be great. She's got a great look to her. Everybody thinks she looks like Rhea Ripley, which is awesome for her. I do think she would have a good following from that Sturgis crowd of people wanting to see her more and more. And people do cling on to the females. There's not a lot of females to really get behind. So like, it's,
Right.
I think she could be really good.
What
as a
she
personality and fighter.
I don't know what happened with the weight cut, and obviously that is a thing that she's going to have to get used to as a professional. You cannot be missing weight by 7.5 pounds. You know what I
No,
mean? That
bueno.
is something. And yes, this is only her third professional fight. So, you know, she's just getting used to this. And maybe she just went about starting the weight cut at the wrong time or whatever. But whatever it is, she's got to figure that part out. Because I don't think either one of her fights at BKB were at 145. They were at like 155 or 160. They were fucking up there. So now, right, Cheyenne Bentliff got the win, got the finish, and yeah, she said it was emotional for her. She said she almost like cried on the way, like she almost got emotional on the walk out because
she got distracted for sure.
Yeah, because it is her home area. She lived 40 minutes from Sturgis and worked Sturgis from the age of 14 to 26 years old or something like that. It's like
you have to win, like
right.
in your mind. In
Right.
your mind. You got even any fight, you got to win. But that's a fight like, oh, I got to win. Like if I lose, I'm gonna feel like such a douche.
Right. Yeah.
You know, in front of all those people, like I worked here, I got all these people watching. Like that's like the extra added pressure that no one really knows about. Like there's pressure to win, sure, it's a fight, but all these other things going on in the background, it's like, I'm sure it's not helpful.
Right. Absolutely. And she said she got to the ring, and like when she got to the ring where they're like checking her, and like she looked over and like made eye contact with her cousin that was like standing, her best friend. She said it was like her best friend from back home was like right over there, and like made eye contact and like almost got emotional. And he like kind of gave her the you got this. And she said she felt a little better after she can tell what he was saying. Got in there, got herself a win. DJ Tony's in the comment section saying that Marisol is going to drop to 125 and we'll have fight news soon. She definitely has to let the cut on her forehead will need a little time to heal. But
I mean, listen, very promising seeing somebody fighting at 145. And then that should be dropping somebody at 145 and then going to 125. She's got some serious power there. You're going to be, if you're dropping people 20 pounds heavier than you, it's not your actual weight. And you know, she could be a force to be reckoned with if she gets in there. I do feel like she definitely was a little bit small for the division.
Dude, and that is kind of like music to our ears, right? Another powerful 125 or somebody that could drop a 145 or like that. The 125 division needs people to challenge Christine because Christine has wiped it out. You know what I mean? That's why Christine is in this tiff that she's in with fucking Jessica Borga, because there's nobody else in that division for her to fight. Maybe Marisol does drop down to 125, string a few wins together, be impressive, knock some people out, and maybe Marisol Ruelas becomes a competitor for Christine Faria down the road because they need somebody. They need someone for her to fight.
Oh my God. So it's like desperate. It's desperate. We need to start fucking putting shit on telephone poles. Have you seen somebody for this person?
Right.
We need people to fight.
Like I always said, I said 2 years ago that I wanted to see Jessica I come in here and fight Christine Faria. That was 2 years ago when she got released or 3 years ago when she got released by the UFC. Now, 2 years later, however long it's been, I can't remember, but now that Jessica I is signed with them, we can't expect Jessica to fight Faria anytime soon off of the fight that she had in Texas. And she even admitted that herself. She said, I needed this one under my belt, but I definitely need a couple more before I even think about fighting for the belt before I fight Christine. And I love that she said that. So Jessica I, Marisol, you get them going, get them some fights. Hopefully they rattle off some wins, and then you got some new competitors for Christine Faria. So after that fight with Bentliff coming out victorious with the TKO, our boy's back. Elvin Leon Brito. He looked good, dude. He dropped down to 155. He made weight easily. He had like a freaking 18 pack going in his stomach there. He looked he was very in shape for 155. You know, headbutt and poncho fucking training for whatever 5 or 6 different guys. Did you guys know that Brandon Myers was the 6th opponent for Elvin Brito? They put Elvin
Crazy.
on this card, and they had an opponent for him. Fell out. Had another one. Fell out. Had another one. Another one. Another one. Another one. 6. It took 6 different
Another
tries.
one.
Another one. Right.
Another one.
But so Elvin went out there,
Do the
dude.
best.
He looked great. I thought Elvin did his thing. He was doing Elvin Brito things, attacking at weird
Put the
angles.
hinges in the boy's hand.
Dude,
That's what he did.
varieties of a variety of different entries, like landing punches to the body, to the head.
Yeah.
Like he was working Brandon Myers his body, dude. He was fucking. He was so much busier than Brandon Meyer. It almost seemed like Meyer wasn't throwing punches in the first round. I don't know the strike count, and I don't remember the strike count,
I'll
but
look it up real quick.
if I bet you he doubled or tripled the amount of output that Brandon Meyer did in that first round, and probably landed 3 or 4 times as many as fucking Brandon did. And I'm not taking anything against Beast Mode, because
No, he's great.
taking that fight on 4 or 5, 6 days notice, whatever he did, and going in there against one of the pioneers of the sport, and hanging with him for 3 rounds. It was
Totals
or 4
round
rounds.
one.
Round 1. What do you got?
By so what do you want? So Brito threw 44, landed 21, missed 23, and
What did Beast Mode
Meyer,
throw?
he threw 19, landed 8.
So more than doubled him.
Yes.
How about the second round?
Second round, same thing, pretty much. 46
Same
thrown
thing.
by Elvin, 26 landed, and
I know.
20 thrown by Meyer, 11 landed.
I know that, like,
Round 3, he did turn it up a little bit, but still was doubled. Doubled
right.
strikes, almost
Still
thrown
would
and
double.
landed. Yep,
Dude,
60,
Hurricane
40, 61 thrown, 46 landed by Brito, 35 thrown, and 26 landed. It's a great percentage there for him. But yeah, and then in the fourth round, Elvin Brito threw 46 and landed 38.
Hurricane
And
Brito touched down
Meyer,
in the fourth round.
Meyer threw 7, landed 6. So I mean, he hit almost 100% of his 7 punches, but I mean, he was just getting demolished at that point. And like you said, very, very late notice fight for him. Lots of people didn't want to fight Brito, or did and couldn't make it, or whatever it might be, but tends to happen. Brito came in, did his thing. You know, I heard a lot of talk about Brito this weekend from all different types of people. People saying like, "Hey, is Brito going to fight again after this? If he loses, is he ever going to get another fight?" Because it seems like it's been a little bit like, I don't know what it is. We got to get him on and talk to him about, is it because he can't get fights? Is it because people are turning down fights? Is it because does the BKFC is not working with him? Is he not working with that? Like, what is the story here? Because Brito, former champion, absolute OG of the sport, and people emulate things that he did coming up because he's one of the guys that was out there training in the beginning that people take their styles from. You know what I mean? They watch what he did and they say, "Wow, I'm going to do that." So I really wonder, but hopefully he's back in there again real soon because he had a good win. And I would like him. I would like to see him get back in there and start getting back in the routine of fighting a little bit more during the year instead of once every year or so.
You know what he did beautifully in this fight that we say a lot, and you just talked about fighters watch him to learn the sport. We say it all the time. People don't use the body shot enough in this sport. A bare knuckle to the ribs is a different feeling. Like the bone, you could separate somebody's ribs with the knuckle. You know what I mean? Like, an Elvin just absolutely went freaking nuts on Brennan's body. And in that last round, in that fourth round, when he got him up against the ropes and he just was nonstop berating him with punches, he was working his way up and down. He was going to the body, to the head, going back down to the body. And actually, the body shot that dropped Brandon Meyer at the very end of the third round, I didn't think Meyer was getting up. I thought he broke his rib with that punch because, like, the way he dropped from that punch, He looked really hurt, and props to him. He got up right at the 9. He got up at 9, and the ref let him continue. He went, and then he went back out and ran into Hurricane fucking Elvin in the 4th. It was great to see Elvin Brito back, like Mike said, and I hope we see more of him going forward. Who knows what they do with one of the pioneers,
Yeah. And let's see Brandon Meyer in there soon, because he should be rewarded for doing that, I think. The last time when we saw him at Knucklemania, he went in at such an underdog, man, and he just completely
Starched that
knocked
dude.
out. Just absolutely fucked him up. It was awesome.
Put him to
So
sleep.
like he came in on late notice against a real pioneer of the sport. So he should absolutely be rewarded and get back in the squared circle as soon as possible.
Yeah. And keep Elvin's name in your brain, because we might be asking something a little later, and maybe a little hint, buddy.
I was going to bring that up. Should we take a little pause here and do the
because
giveaway?
we only have
About
we
we're
have,
1 hour into the show right now.
we have 4 fights to go. So yeah, let's
Fights
do
to
a
go.
giveaway.
We have a giveaway courtesy of you know who, and I'm pretty sure you can guess it pretty easily of who. The Extreme BKFC fans page, Russ Maxim, has hit us with a poster, and they didn't give posters away. They didn't do signed posters. They didn't do anything like that. So if you want this poster in your home, you will have to answer a not so simple question, I'd say. But
This
maybe
is not simple, but if you guys are diehards of the sport, you get this. Ready?
You gonna get it.
Boom. All you got to do is this.
Where is it?
Come on, pop up. There you go. Name the 5 fighters that have fought for the company, for the BKFC, 13 times. 13 times under the BKFC banner. There are 5 fighters that have done it.
Yes. So
pioneers, guys. Pioneers.
Don't write them all one at a time. Write them all in one message, please.
Write them on one answer.
I'm not gonna be able to friggin' take I'm not gonna be able to track that if you're writing one name at a time.
You can give us the 5 last names.
Yeah, just write them all in the comments there, and one comment, and we will be paying attention to what you guys are saying here.
Those who put one name, those who put one name, kind of combine them with 4 other ones, and you're good. Grant Culverhouse, you are wrong. You were close. No, you're not close. You're around it. You're right around. Wait a second. Go Combat, you son of a bitch. Do we give that to him?
No.
No.
Listen, if you can get with the fan, if you got fighters and you're talking to fighters all the time, like, come on, God damn it. Tough. We'll give you one, Scott. We'll just give you one. But let one of these guys
he's not even right. He's not even right anyway. No, he's not right. Never mind.
All right, good.
Never mind.
Don't copy him. But
he's close.
If you're managing a bunch of fighters, or if you're a fighter, dude, chill out a little bit. Let somebody else have a little glory here.
Guys, 13 fights. Now, I'm going to just give you guys some hints. Like, Palomino has only fought 11 times for the company. Beltran, maybe 8 or 9. That's not fucking 13. If you guys, should we give him a hint? 2 of them fought Saturday. Kyle. 2 of them fought on Saturday. There's the only hint you're going to get. That's 2 names that are out of the 5. 2 of them fought on Saturday. Who you got? Lane, Hunt, Hart, Brito. Maria is not right. Britt, Christine, not right. Bowls, beers, and brawls. You're off by 1 name.
No, what about Culverhouse?
Culverhouse is not right. Christine Faria is not one of them, guys. I'll give you that hint too. Faria's not one of them. Boom, Rick Caruso got it right there. Fucking there it is. Rick, drive over to fucking Russ's house and get the goddamn poster. That's the answer. And we're going to have to start laying some ground rules around here, right? Julian Lane, Lorenzo Hunt, Elvin Brito, Travis Thompson, and Britton Hart have all fought 13 times for the company. That is your answer. That is your trivia question for the night. And little fun fact, Travis Thompson would be at 14 fights right now if his fight didn't fall off that Philly card.
You know what I love? How people who are covering the sport know what they're talking about, which is nice because look at Nick Vespi had it. And what's funny is that, he's actually following the sport. He's not just because I'm going to tell you, Nick, if you're listening, you probably know this. There's a lot of people that work for BKFC. Maybe not a lot. That's probably a stretch. But there are people I would talk to that work for BKFC. They don't know shit about shit. I talk to them and I'm like, dude, you guys are at every goddamn event. You don't know nothing about this sport, man. How could you not? They're just there to do their job. They're just like, I'm just here, just videotaping. I'm just here pushing buttons, playing songs. I don't know anything else.
So you guys were all like dancing around it, very close. I believe Faria's got 11. I think Reggie has 11 or 12. Palomino has like 11, but the number 13 has only been touched by 5. And like I said, Travis would be at 14 right now if his fight didn't fall off that last Philly card.
Good old
He'd
Travis
be the one
Thompson.
and only. He'd be the
Call
one
him
and
the
only.
happy warrior of BKFC.
The happy warrior.
He's the happy warrior of BKFC that Travis Thompson is.
Yep. Micro John Wick.
Yes, I had a really good John Wick. You know what? Before we go forward, I got the Kyle smashing a freaking 2-point, whatever it was.
You guys want to watch it? You guys can time it. Get your stopwatches out. You can fucking time this.
All right.
What a rip.
Here we go.
Give me a hell yeah! Ready? Austin 316 says he just whipped that can. I think he
Dude.
I thought it was going to be longer.
Yeah.
You gotta watch that.
Give me a hell yeah! Ready? Austin 316 says he just whipped that can. I think he
That's Kai's laughing.
That was Kai Stewart laughing. Dude.
That's Kai laughing.
Kai said he timed it 2.58 seconds.
Because he asked if I wanted to, and I was like, "No, you should go against Kyle. He's breaking records with that shit." And then he was like, "Really?" And then I told him, and he was like, "All right, never mind. I don't want to I can't do that shit." I was like, "Yeah, you're much better off doing it against me because I don't do that shit." And then you did it under 3 seconds for sure, well under.
For sure.
I hope you guys are impressed by adults acting like children. We love it.
And That's
what we do best.
Joe Ivy says, now play the Big Mac video. For those who didn't see that one episode years ago, I ate an entire Big Mac in one bite.
I think I have that maybe. That's funny.
And I also ate 27 vodka soaked gummy bears in one shot. Remember that shit?
That's right. Yeah.
Anyways,
drinking. You put a lot of cheese balls in your mouth once too.
Yeah, I put 55 cheese balls in my mouth.
Not so proud about that one. But
a lot of balls in my mouth that day.
Not too proud about that one.
But we actually looked up the world record, and it was like 44 cheese balls in your mouth without crushing them, and then you have to chew and swallow. And I was like putting them like way up I was like pulling the skin of my face off and like putting them way up in there. And I packed my whole sides of my face and then filled the rest of it up with cheese balls. And I beat the fucking world record by 11.
Damn.
And I sent the video to the Guinness Book of World Records, and they said they will not accept it because I didn't have a mediator there. I was like,
yeah, you need to have a mediator. So that's what I'm saying. We should set up a mediator so they can do the balls trick, and you can put all the balls in your mouth that you want. And then we could do the drinking one too.
It'd be a dream of mine, Mike.
Knock them out. We'll have to set it up. We'll have to get the video, set it up, send it to them, and say, let's go. Get over here. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, and you know what?
A live event.
Yeah. All right, let's finish this card.
We should do it at a BKFC event, and you can get into the BKFC ring, and you can break the records in the ring with the freaking Guinness Book people there. Maybe even during a show.
And then after I eat the 55 cheese balls and shotgun the beer, I can let Big Ben Rothwell punch me in the stomach in front of the audience. What do you think of that?
Yes.
Little Big Ben hook to the gut. All right, let's do this. All right.
Let's get back on track
listen,
here. Because
David
things are
Simpson.
Shit's about to hit the fan right now.
No, David Simpson versus Brandon Conley. We're going to say.
Not every night can be perfect, friends.
Yeah, not every night can be perfect. I
And
believe
not everything can be blamed on Andy Glenn.
Andy, you did great this night. It wasn't him. I mean, it was our boy Nick and Nick Barons. We're gonna have to talk to him. We're gonna have to discuss this next time we see him, because if you rewatch that fight over and over again, it didn't look like Brandon Conley was hurt at all. Matter of fact, when he did take some shots to the head, yes, David Simpson
taking some shots.
Simpson definitely landed some shots to the sides of his head, but he was covering up and he was taking them to the hands and the forearms too.
Yeah.
And then he slid down the ropes and he gets his ass stuck between the first and second rope. So he's basically down. He's
down.
Held. He's down. Point. Not only is he down, David Simpson like sprawls and goes down to his knees and continues to punch him.
Yeah.
And at that point, when Nick Barron steps in and stops it, we're like, did he just get himself disqualified because he's on his knees punching him?
Happened.
Yeah. Or like, what's going on here? But then he waves it off, and we're like, oh, he did get disqualified, right? That's probably what just happened. No, that's not what happened. He won by TKO. It was a fucking stoppage. Brandon Conley stands up, and he doesn't look phased one bit. He's like he's got his hands up, like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you stopped the fight? What's going on here? Yeah. Go ahead, Mike. What did you think about this? Because I will start by saying this. I thought that having David Simpson at like a plus 450 underdog was a complete disrespect to that guy. He is a much better fighter than that. He's a much better fighter than that. And he has fought he's fought some very tough guys in the BKFC, including the reigning 175-pound champ, and went 5 rounds with Mundell, almost the whole fight. Got knocked out late in the 5th round. Unbelievable that he was such a fucking heavy underdog, but
it didn't. Yeah, the odds didn't make sense. Definitely disrespect on the side of the odds makers, and I'm sure Simpson was in there to show that he is not a 3-1 underdog. Like, that's fucking nuts. Listen, we all know about the Mandela effect, right? You ever hear about the Mandela effect? It's about like something that you've seen or is a thing, but then all of a sudden you realize it's not actually a thing. Well, we've got the Berenstein Bears, right? The Berenstein Bears. And some people would say that was a thing, but it's not. It's the Bernstein Bears. And I know it's not true. I know we've been duped by the government, right? We've been erased. Our minds have been erased. Well, I think they need the Barons fucking decision to be erased from all of mankind.
Turn it into a no contest and let him run it back.
He's never going to live that one down. That one's not a good one. Yes, refs can make mistakes, but we're also going to have to talk about it. And that was really bad. That was bad. It was worse than bad. It was terrible. The dude's ass is clearly on the ropes, okay? He fell down. So we've got him sitting on the ropes. I can see it. I was all the way up in the VIP, all the way. I was far, but I was up in the VIP section. I could see it from up there. I wasn't standing right next to him about 3 feet. Clearly on the ropes. There's pictures, there's video to see it. It happened. Also, what was really apparent to me, that Simpson was on his knees.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you can make the decision and go, you know what? This fight's over. So you look at a guy sitting on the damn ropes and you look at a guy in his knees, and in your head you say, this fight's over, man. What? I don't get that. Not
Simpson's watching right now. Simpson says, nah, he quit.
Well, if he quit,
then fine. We got to take back everything we just said.
If he quit,
did he verbally quit?
But I didn't see it. And when he stood up, he shook his head. From what I saw was he fell on the ropes and he was on his knees. It should have been a count. He should have separated him and started counting. And then maybe Simpson comes back in and does his thing, which he was really going. He was going in, man. But
Either
look,
way,
I
I will
just thought,
agree. I will agree with what Culver House is saying in the comment section. We have talked about this in the past, Mike.
yeah,
Referees need to stop waving fights off and give these guys the
and
8
give
count.
them a count. What is with
That
waving fights off like
it's
that? And I
happening way too
I
often.
give up, great, because he was holding his head like this. I don't know if he said it, but that's not what was told to anybody. They didn't say that anywhere.
They should be given that count for sure. I agree with that statement in the comment section for sure. But I thought that when I rewatched the fight, no offense to you, David Simpson, he covered up like he was being jumped by 8 people. Watch the highlight on my IG and you'll see. All right.
He did cover up, but he went down. So he deserves a count. Everybody deserves the count.
He says there's no standing 8 count in the BKFC.
He wasn't standing, he was down.
Yeah, he was down. When you hit him and he slid down the ropes, he would have hit the floor if his ass didn't get stuck between the bottom 2 ropes.
By the ropes is
And
considered,
if you're being held up by the ropes, that's considered a knockdown. So he should have been considered knocked down, and he should have been given a count. I think that's the correct call.
and if he chose not to go, whatever. But a ref should know that being held up by the ropes is a knockdown.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Listen, that for me, I thought it was nuts. Everybody that was around me was losing their mind. Like, what the hell just happened? So if he gave up, I don't know. They didn't say that. That's the problem. They never mentioned that on the broadcast. As far as I know, I don't remember hearing it when I rewatched, and nobody there said it.
Yeah, David, we're not saying that you didn't catch him at the beginning.
He did his thing. He did his thing.
No, you did.
You
You did your thing, but you cracked him with the 2 shots at the beginning, and he slid down the ropes. What we're saying is when you cracked him and he went down the ropes, the only reason why he wasn't on the floor is because his ass got stuck between the ropes, and the ropes was keeping him up. Therefore, he is a downed opponent. So
without the ropes there, he goes to the ground.
He should have been.
Do you remember the Melvin Gillard situation?
Yes, it was the Melvin Gillard.
Yes.
Fight.
This is the same thing.
Didn't he get disqualified for hitting the guy? Yes. Melvin Gillard had.
They said he was down, but he wasn't down because he fell against the rope. It was it the Melvin Gillard against who was the cop there?
Scott O'Shaughnessy?
Well, he fought Scott O'Shaughnessy. That was one. And another thing happened in another one of his fights. Yeah. But that's when that basically came about, where if you fall up against the ropes and you're being held up, that's when the ref needs to break you guys up, because that technically is a downed opponent and he's supposed to count. But instead, he just called it off, didn't even count. But this happens all the time.
Yeah. Anyways, it was controversial.
Stevenson, that's what it was. Yeah, Stevenson. Yeah. Well, Knockout Lifestyle says Conley didn't argue at all. Seemed like he didn't want any of Simpsons after that. And that could be very true. He did stand up, but he shook his head and kind of walked away. He did not argue at all. But that's not the point. The point isn't whether he argued. The point is the rules are, if you fall and you are laying on the ropes, that is a down opponent. If those ropes weren't there, you would have hit the canvas, which means that you are down and you should have a count. And if you did not want to continue, then you decide after that. The ref just saying it's over at that point is crazy to me. That's crazy. But yes.
And almost as crazy as Simpson being such an underdog in the fight.
Yes, I know.
You're right.
Well,
trust me,
if
Dave.
you were a betting
no disrespect.
man,
We're not disrespecting you at all. Matter of fact, I was like, well, how is he the underdog in this fucking fight? I don't understand it, but anyways, congratulations to Dave. He got the TKO win. We'll see if it'll probably stick, and we'll just talk about the rules not being rules every time fucking something like that happens, and move on, right?
Yes.
And the Berenstein Bears.
The Berenstein race.
Berenstein.
Sorry,
Nick.
We got one bad one in the tank.
Corey Willis versus Zach Kalmus. I'm gonna tell you, Zach Kalmus didn't look like.
I forgot to put this out there though.
Yeah, yep, there he is, dude. He's a big motherfucker too. Like Brandon Conley's a big boy, but when you put these two next to each other, he's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Zach didn't look good.
Yeah.
Right. Is that an
No.
understatement? Like, he
No,
didn't
yeah.
look good. I know he's losing a lot of weight. He's trying to make his way down to uh trying to make his way down to 205. But oh, I got a picture of Zach's eye. I didn't even send that shit to you. You want to put that up there if I send
Yeah,
it to
yeah,
you?
send it.
Dude, Zach's right hand looked like he was being thrown in slow motion. Didn't it? Like every time
Yes.
he threw his right
Yeah.
hand, it looked like it was moving in slow motion. It didn't make any sense because Zach's a pretty good fighter, and he usually will go blow for blow, and he'll fucking fire off just as fast as the other guy. He usually has fast hands. I don't know what was going on with Zach Thomas that night.
Yeah.
I mean, he put on a show for the audience. You can tell by that picture right there. Like at one point at the end of the first round,
He's lost such a ton of weight, man.
yeah. Yeah, I just don't know, man. Zach looks slow.
He was just taking the beat and then just like entertaining the crowd, but I wanted to see him like put a little more offense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to see him go in there and just get beat down. It was like he
Yeah,
was just in
and
there for the
Corey Willis,
punishment.
what you talking about, Willis? He was like moving in heavy on the entries and like landing body shots on Zach left and right, busting his face up too. I mean, he hit Zach with a right hand that cut him over the left eye early, but then the one that sealed his fucking eye shut was, you would think like, it's Zach's right eye. It must have been a left hand that shut that thing, right? That wasn't the case. If you go back and watch the fight, Zach like turns to his left, and when he turned to his left, Corey Willis threw that fucking right hook, and it was like Zach's head turning straight into a fucking right hook, bam, and that eye was instantly proper fucked. That thing was so bad, dude. And if
He's
you
such a
guys,
beast, dude.
you're gonna see the picture in a minute when we saw Zach afterwards and talking. And Zach's always in like, dude, he's in great spirits, whether he loses or not. He
Yes,
freaking.
always.
It was like
I don't think anybody saw what we saw, right? Wasn't it when he was up against he was like,
yeah.
I think
When he was
Willis's
wagging,
back was against the ropes and he had his tongue and he was like,
yeah, he was
but
like
you could see
wagging
it
his
from the
tongue.
crowd.
Right. So I asked Chris Lytle if that was on the broadcast, and the camera that he was doing that towards wasn't the one that was the live broadcast. So there was a camera foot and a half in front of freaking Zach on the apron. Like the cameraman was standing right on the outside of the ropes, and it was the final seconds of the first round. And Corey Willis is like hitting him in the clinch. Like Zach's facing that way, and Willis is hitting him like this. But while he's getting hit here, he's looking directly into the camera and he's going, fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
like,
awesome. People were
yeah.
losing their mind over it. But it
Yeah.
was like it was like, although I love he's got such a since Zach Thomas made his debut, and he looked like the Undertaker against Bobo O'Bannon.
Yeah.
And just kept coming back. Everybody knows like this dude is a tough, gritty dude. He's never going to give up. The ref is going to have to stop the fight or his corner. Like he's never, unless he gets knocked out cold, he's never going to stop. And he's always been like that. And then since that fight, he just progressively, like he gets better. He brings people 5 rounds. Like he will fight people and win. You know what I mean? Like he will box them out and he can take punishment. But in this fight, I was definitely a little sad seeing him he really just didn't look that great in this fight, other than just doing that. He did the side of him like the Bobo O'Bannon, like who was getting beat up pretty good, entertaining the crowd. But I was like, like Zach, like, come on, man, I want to see more.
Right.
Like,
And he cracked Corey Willis with like one good clean shot that looked like it rattled Corey for a second, but he didn't do anything after it. Yeah, there you go. That's him afterwards backstage. There's Corey. Yep. I mean, there's Zach. Couldn't that right eye was sealed shut. That thing. Look at him blowing smoke out of his nose too.
Yeah, I love Zach. He's great, man.
I do too. You know, I think he was too small, to be honest with you. He weighed in at what, 224 or 226? We're used to him fighting
I
like
could just
250.
see him. Like when we first saw him at the hotel,
We
when
were
we
like,
first got to the
whoa.
hotel, I saw him standing there. I'm like, that's Zach over there. Like he looks like a different person.
Yeah. He
I don't know if it
he
comes off that way on TV, but to me, in person, even in that one picture, like you can see, like this dude's like shed some serious weight, man. Look at like
it's a
if I had
different
time to
Zach.
go find another picture, he's totally different.
He said
Absolutely, like
he said
100%
that he
different.
can make 205 next week if he wanted to. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah,
And
wild.
he weighed in at like 224 or something like that. So it's unbelievable. Congratulations to what you talk about, Willis, because he had a big crowd there too. And we know, we talked to him afterwards. He's got 5 kids at home. He's 39 years old. He was like pretty much done fighting, but decided to get back into it. And he from his first fight to this fight looked like a different fighter. He was in the best shape of his life. He looked like a freaking tank out there compared to Zach, who looked like a heavyweight cutting his way down the 205. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It was tough. We got the co-main and the main event to talk about. Mike, the co-main event. Co-main event went to Taylor Starling, and I saw that a lot of people were calling it a robbery on the internet. And I am going to tell you this, and I hope that Nick and Taylor don't get mad at me. I went back and I watched this thing with a fine-tooth comb, and I was slowing down certain parts of each round. I didn't watch it 15 times like some of these fucking
You might have
maniacs
to
have.
watch it 15 times.
But when I did watch it, I had Cannon winning the first, second, and fourth rounds, and I had Taylor winning the third and the fifth. And that's how I scored it. I had it 3-2 in the other direction. Now, calling it a robbery, I feel like people just throw that word around willy-nilly in the fucking combat sports world.
Always.
A robbery is when someone like sweeps 5 rounds or 4 out of 5 clearly. 4 out
And
of
then they
5
get a
and
no contest or I
or
mean
in
a
a split decision or a
split
draw or
decision
some
or a draw. Yeah, exactly.
like a robbery. This is not a robbery. This was a close fight,
And it
and
had people separate, right?
yeah,
Some people got it for Starling and some people have it for Cannon. So like it cannot be a robbery if people are split almost down the
no,
center
it
on
was
who won,
unanimous. It was a unanimous
you know?
decision, Mike. It was unanimous.
Yeah, but that's not my point.
But I'm saying all 3 judges.
Yeah, but that's not my point though. What I'm saying is some people judged it saying that Taylor won, and some people
Okay,
are
yeah.
saying that Cannon won. You know what I'm saying? So people are split. The judges, whatever, because the judges, I don't give a shit about the judges really. My point is though, like people, everybody, not just the
Yeah.
judges, they had it split. Like so, if people are on the fence about who won, then it's not a robbery to me. Like it doesn't seem like a robbery. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. I don't agree with it being a robbery. I believe it was a very close fight. And maybe and trust me, I'm a fan. I've never gone to the Sean Wheelock class of bare knuckle refereeing or judging. I am not certified. I am just a guy who has watched 1,000 fucking million of these fights, and I feel like I could watch it and like close enough to know what I'm supposed to look for. And I know that they hold a lot of value in damage as well. Cleaner, more damaging punches. And Shelby was clean at the end of that fight. Like her face didn't have much. So they both landed a lot of shots on each other. They both were doing their thing, but I believe that Shelby Cannon did land the more damaging punches. She was the busier fighter early in the fight. And I just had it that way. I had it rounds 1 and 2 to Shelby, 3 to Taylor, 4 to Shelby, 5 to Taylor. And but Taylor gets the dub. It is a little controversial on the internet. That's what it comes down to. I mean, not everyone's going to be happy all the time.
Well, with her getting the win, the question is what happens now? Where does she go? Who's she fighting? Because she's ranked number 2 in the strawweight division with a win now.
Sarah Shell.
Who does Britain get?
Britain doesn't. I don't know. Britain's got to fight someone. Yeah. So here's another thing too with it being called a robbery. I don't think Shelby Cannon was arguing it at the end of the fight. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I think she was okay with it.
Yeah.
So when it
because she didn't take off with the damn fight. Like she didn't know it was a robbery. Take off with it. So
you know what's a good robbery, Mike? Valentina Shevchenko versus Amanda Nunes Part 2. When Valentina fought Nunes for the belt, beat her 4 out of 5 rounds clearly. Amanda Nunes' face was all fucked up. Valentina Shevchenko was bleeding from one spot on her entire body, and it was her shin from kicking Amanda Nunes in her head. And at the end of the fight, when they're interviewing Amanda Nunes, she's all beat up. Valentina Shevchenko is standing against the cage with her arms crossed like this. And Rogan goes over to her and he says, Valentina, what's going through your mind? And she says, how do I lose this fight? I beat her all fight long. Look at her face. Look at mine. I have no damage. I'm bleeding from my foot from kicking her face. That's a robbery.
Yeah.
That's a robbery because that fighter knew she got robbed as well. You know what I mean? It's like Shelby was okay with it. So, but now it puts the BKFC strawweight division into more of a what do you do with this division situation? Do you run it back with Taylor and Britain one more time? Do you let Britain fight Shell and have Taylor fight somebody else? Do you have Taylor and Shell fight and just keep Britain waiting? She can't be waiting forever. It's just like, who knows, man? They got a tough task on their hands right now.
Serious
with that
issues
division.
in the women's divisions. All of them.
Yeah. Yes, very, very much.
All the champions need fights, and none of them really have them.
Right.
That's a sad story.
Goat Combat said, okay, it wasn't a robbery, so it was more like petty theft.
Larceny. Well, that's the thing, though, because you got people in the comments that are saying one thing and then the other, and like, Culverhouse, I don't know if he's joking or not. He's like, the more you have me think about it, it was a robbery, but he literally just admitted that Taylor didn't win more than 2 rounds. So if you gave her 2 rounds, it only gives 3 rounds to Shelby. You see what I'm saying? So some other people might have given one of those 3 rounds to Taylor. So like, that's not a robbery. That's not a robbery. Robbery is like robbery. I don't know how much more. I don't know how else to explain. Like, you got to steal it from somebody. It's stolen outright.
Right.
A lot of people are on the fence. It's close enough where not everybody is, or let's say like 80 and 90% of people do not agree on who the winner was. So
maybe they run it back.
I like to see that. They were beating the hell out of each other.
Listen, that's my vote. My vote is Starling, Cannon 2, run it back. Let Sarah Shell fight Britain Hart. You got yourself a title fight. You let Cannon and Taylor run it back one more time, and the winner of that gets the winner of Shell and Britain. That's how I would do it, because it was so close, and so many people had it one way, and so many people had it the other way. And I know that the only thing that matters is what the judges said that night. So it's a W one way or another for Taylor, but the division needs to be figured out, and it's a confusing mess right now with what they're doing with the champ not fighting. And so that's what I would do. Sarah Shell Britain, Taylor Cannon 2, book it. Let's move on to the main event. Dude, he stepped into the ring for the 13th time for the BKFC. 18 pro bare knuckle fights, 13 with the BKFC. Those are the real numbers. They were saying some other weird shit the other day, but he has 5 bare knuckle fights outside of the BKFC and 13 in the BKFC. Julian fucking Lane should be an inspiration to all, because he was a maniac younger in his career. His damn nickname came from a maniac display on a reality television show. You know what I mean? The
Yes.
dude's story is crazy. He has a you know, 30 fight pro MMA record, which isn't the greatest. He's almost a borderline 500 fighter. But in bare knuckle, he has a 9-8 record, or a 9 or 10-8. He has 18 fucking fights now, or whatever it is. He may be just over 500, but he has fought the who's who of big names that have ever stepped into the BKFC squared circle. And he hangs with every fucking last one of them. And he finally decided a couple of years ago that he's going to make the move down to 165 where he belongs and stop fighting these 185ers and these 175ers. And since then, he's ripped off 5 straight wins in the BKFC. And he can finally be called a fucking world champion. It's absolutely crazy, right?
Yes, he is 9-9 overall in bare knuckle, right?
18 fights.
And he has fought Jimmy Sweeney, Joey Angelo,
Twice.
Leonard Garcia. Jimmy Sweeney twice.
He's
One
won.
lost.
Yeah, go ahead.
Joey Angelo, Leonard Garcia, Tom Schoaf, Jim Ehlers, Thiago Alves, Jake Bostwick, Dave Rickles, Mike Perry, Dave Mundell, Murat Kazgan, Kurdanov, Angulo, Van Camp, Slaveski. I mean, this guy has fucking gone
It's
through
insane.
so many people. So many. He's fought a real lot of good fighters in BKFC and in BKB. Like, he is like,
He has the most
he has a
impressive
fucking load.
resume. Like win or lose, he has the most impressive looking resume. Like the names on his resume, that is fucking insane. What you just rattled off there is fucking insane. And
Yeah.
to be honest
And
with
there was
you,
a few I skipped over because I didn't know their names. But
Right.
that's the point, though, right? Is like all of like 3 of the names maybe I didn't recognize.
well,
Three.
you didn't name 2 or 3 that he fought in like Russia in like a bare knuckle
Yes,
event.
exactly. There's 2 reasons. I couldn't read them
Dude.
and I did not know who they were.
Doesn't this make you wish that Jimmy Sweeney, like nothing against Rico Franco, but doesn't this make you
No, I
wish?
said Mike Perry.
Yeah,
I said it.
no, he said Mike Perry.
Yeah.
Don't you wish Jimmy Sweeney, like we love Rico Franco too. He's a great dude, and we hung out with him in Spain. Like we do love Rico, but for the sake of the sport, wouldn't it have been cool if Jimmy Sweeney got the win and then Julian Lane becomes the champion and you get the rubber match between Jimmy Sweeney and Julian Lane, like 33 fight veteran Jimmy Sweeney, who is 1-1 against fucking Julian Lane, and then 18 fight veteran Julian Lane now holds the title. They both have a win over each other. They should run it back one more time. That would have been
Oh,
fucking
man.
cool. That would have been
Well,
awesome.
These guys can still fight. It can
Yeah,
still
maybe
happen.
Jimmy will get back there.
Yeah.
Go. Hey, nothing against Go. Like Go came out like a ball of fire in the first 2 rounds, and I was sitting right next to I was sitting on a cooler right by the ring. I wanted to be as close.
Kyle was sitting on a cooler.
Yeah, I wanted to
It's
be
the
as
perfect
close to the
seat for
action as
Sturgis.
possible. It was great. I was sitting on a cooler right to my right was Julian Lane's team, and I'll be honest, it was really strange because the first 2 rounds of the fight, which were Gogo's best 2 rounds, Julian's corner was kind of quiet, right? They weren't really barking orders or yelling anything from the corner to Julian in those first 2 rounds. And that is when Gogo was having the most success in the fight. The 3rd round, his corner started like yelling directions to him, and he's obviously a very smart fighter and a very talented dude to be able to listen and take direction from your corner and implement it like right there on the spot. They were like yelling things to him, and he was doing them in the ring. And there was one spot when I think when he hit the uppercut that dropped Gogo, they like yelled that to him. They were like, right uppercut now, when he fucking threw it and Gogo dropped. I was just like, wow, man, this is really impressive. And from rounds 3, 4, and 5, round 3 on, Julian just did his thing. They were coaching him perfectly. Yeah, it was just like the perfect night for Julian Lane. You know, he lost his dad a couple years ago, hasn't lost since he lost his dad.
Yep.
And yeah, he's just been on a man on a mission. He seems like he's in like such a great place.
Dude, look.
In Lane. Yeah, that fucking picture's awesome. You know what I mean? Like when we first met Julian a couple years ago, he was one of those guys that you don't know like if he's gonna snap and kill someone, right? You know, at any moment in time.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that had that twinkle in his eye that like he could be very dangerous in the room right now if he snaps. Something bad is gonna happen in here. Now I don't get that vibe off of him anymore.
No, I do feel like that he's, you know what it is? It's like you growing up, maturity, all that
He
stuff.
got a
Like
good girl in
he's
his
at a
life too.
level where he's got like family and he cares about different things, and he's fought for so long that he's gone over the threshold of, like you were saying, that Kyle, you were telling me like he would just go and if there was a to be determined fighter on a card back when he did MMA, he would just call up different promotions and be like, I see you don't have a fighter, I'll fight. I don't care who it is.
Right.
And he's still like, don't get me wrong, he'll still do that. But who he was at that time, I think, and now, like over so many years, like he's a
He's
veteran
grown up,
fighter at this
matured.
point. He's a veteran fighter, and he wanted gold, and he wants legacy, and he's past that part. Like now he's champion.
Yeah.
And
Great. It's
you know,
fucking
he's
awesome.
definitely earned it. He's been through a lot, and he has earned the hell out of that belt. So definitely really, really happy. And then on the other hand, very sad for Gogo. Gogo is back. We love Gogo. Gogo's back. Love the
Yeah.
guy. He came out there. You know, he stepped right into main event, first fight back, main event, massive crowd, trying to get the belt he never really lost back. So that's another good thing about it, is that Julian Lane got to fight the rightful champion, right? And the guy who never lost the belt. So that way people could say, okay, well, you can't say like, oh, well, he's the champ, but he never beat the champ. You know what I mean? Like people will try to make excuses for people who
Yeah.
don't like
He
somebody.
never lost the belt.
He beat the champ. Technically, he beat the champ, because you could have considered that Gogo still had the belt at that point, right? Never really lost it. So Gogo went out there, did his thing. He's coming from karate combat, and you have to believe that when Gogo fought his first karate combat fight and got beaten, that he started changing the way he trained. You know what I mean? He has to train now for karate combat. And I think getting away from just training from bare knuckle, which he was excelling in, he was doing really, really, really good. He fought Jake Lindsay, his toughest fight, I think. But then he left. And instead of just training bare knuckle and focusing on that, he goes into somewhere where, you know, they're kicking, they're fucking, you can hit people on the ground like crazy shit. He didn't do too good in that first fight, right? And I'm sure he changed his whole entire camp for that and then kept fighting there. And now he comes back to bare knuckle. So he's lost a step or two in there at that point, right? He's lost his training in that whole period of time for just strictly bare knuckle. Not saying he would have won the fight or whatever, but he definitely lost some time. If he was still fighting bare knuckle that entire time, that fight could have went differently.
He told us that. Remember, I asked him. I said, "Did you ever fight? Did you ever do karate? You know what I mean? Did you ever do any of that?" He's like, "No, I did." He's like, "I did karate for like 1 year when I was 6." He's like, and then I just boxed. So it's like he went into a sport that like he had nothing.
Dangerous. Super dangerous.
So I wanna just bring something up real quick, and this is not on the fact of if you go to BoxRec right now and you look up
I'm there.
Brandon Conley, his David Simpson fight is a no contest. So
Brandon Conley, David Simpson, result no contest. Why is that? They
That's what I'm saying.
mentioned in the ring. They did say it was TKO.
Yeah, no, I
Did
think
they?
it got overturned. That's what I'm saying. Like I think in the last 2 days or 3 days, it got overturned. That's what I'm gonna guess.
Weird.
Yeah. I mean, remember how fast they overturned the fucking Strode thing? It was like 2 days later.
Yeah.
So
But here's the thing now. So I know David Simpson. I'm sure he's hot about it because he wants to win, and he rightfully so. And and no offense to Conley, but like you said earlier, like he should not have been the underdog. He should have been the favorite on that fight. He's got more experience, and I did think that he had a way better chance to win that fight than Conley did. Conley's like fresh. He's new in that sport. Simpson's been through the ringer already. He's been fighting people. Here's the thing.
I would like to tell
over
Scar
not
Farley
just well,
needs to,
hold on.
you better relax, my friend. You better fucking
Not
relax.
just Conley gets screwed. Simpson gets screwed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Simpson was on a run there to win that fight at that point, right? Simpson got screwed out of a win now. And Conley got screwed from not being able to actually get up and regain his faculties. If he did, in fact, if he said, I quit, then that's one thing. Now we're going to have to look into this. We're going to have to look into this. Why?
So listen,
work. What the hell?
For you guys in the comment section, I did see that you said it's a no contest now, but I didn't have it while we were talking about the other fights. I'm not going to just say it without looking it up first, you fucking dink. And so I trust you, but I did have to look it up for myself. And now I see that it actually was overturned. So we'll see where they go from there. But hey, man, just to put a fucking bow on this shit, Julian Lane, like I'm so happy.
World champ.
We're so happy for that guy. Go. I hope you bounce back quick. Go was in such good spirits afterwards, man.
I know. I hung out with him and his, I think it's his girlfriend. I'm sorry if it's his
girlfriend,
fiance,
maybe
but,
fiance. I don't know.
Yeah, we were eating ice cream together. I bought him some ice cream and we just chowed down on ice cream and just
Go's hilarious.
It was a good time, actually.
We're eating breakfast the morning of the event, and like I'm eating eggs and bacon and something, and Mike's not eating. And Go goes, "You don't eat?" And you're like, "Nah, I don't eat much for breakfast. I'll get something,
like a little snack or something."
And he's like, "You don't just look at food and want to eat it?" And you're like, "No." He goes, "What about cake? You don't look at he's like, "You don't look at a cake and just want to eat that fucking cake."
Yes.
Like, what?
He brought up cake with me probably 3 different times. Not even just that morning, that night, and the next day. Yeah. Like that man.
You gonna get a cake? You want to get a cake? That shit was hilarious.
Do you want to know what kind of ice cream he ate? What flavor ice cream he picked? Do you know what flavor ice cream I picked?
I always mint or something.
Yeah, mint chocolate chip, my favorite.
And he was busting. And he was busting
my balls about that too. He's like, "Why would you want that? Why wouldn't you just eat a good flavor? Like
he goes, why you want Tylenol? Toothpaste?
Yeah, why would you want to eat like toothpaste flavored ice cream? Why wouldn't you just want like something really good? That's like eating a Tylenol flavored cake," he said. He used cake as an example. It's a Tylenol flavored cake. He ate blueberry cheesecake ice cream.
Blueberry.
It was the only one left. I actually went through. There was a whole bunch of pints, and I went through all of them. And that was the one he picked. And actually, I was like, I remember the next morning waking up thinking about going, I wonder how that blueberry cheesecake ice cream tasted. That's what I thought. When I woke up, it was one of the first things I thought of. Yeah, dude, man. I really do. That guy's awesome. Both of them are good. I'm very, very happy that Go's back and extremely happy for Lane. And what a fucking time. And then we went out with the boys and had some drinks, and there's a lot more interviews to come out. There's more interviews. We were working very hard, and we have Tim Sylvia interview from the after party, which is awesome. And we have a Josh Dyer interview and a couple more fighters. So stay tuned.
We got Corey, what you talk about, Willis. We got to put that one out.
Yep.
One thing that Mike did that was super clutch after the event, we go over to the Bikini Beach bar for the after gathering. I don't know if you want to call it after party. The bar was packed, so a bunch of people went over there to have a few drinks. Mike was hungry. Mike was hungry, and he leaves to go get pizza, and he comes back with a pile of food on this fucking plate. like 4-foot-long corn dogs.
I don't know how that happens, but it happened.
He had funnel cake with powdered sugar and 4-foot-long corn dogs. And he was like, look what I got. And I was like, what? Fucking dude, that shit was so clutch. I was starving.
Real quick, absent-minded Garbrandt interview is already posted on our Instagram.
Yeah, go check it out.
The corn dogs. So imagine this. You guys all know when you go place, it actually isn't too expensive. But when you go to any kind of event, prices are higher, right? So like a large pizza is $26 at this event, but they sell slices for $5. So I was like, I'm really hungry. I'm going to walk back to the Buffalo Chip. They're about to close in 20 minutes. I'm going to go get some food. So I go over there and the windows are closed at Domino's. And I was like, dude, they're open for another 15 minutes. What the hell? So the guy sitting outside, I said, just knock on the window. They were just there. So I knock on the window. The kid opens the door. He goes, oh, we are still open. However, we don't have any pizza left. We only had like 4 or 5 slices. And I gave them to the workers because they're all starving. They've been working all day. So I was like, all right, cool. And he was, you know what? Hold on 1 second. And he leaves, he comes right back and he goes, here you go. And he just hands me a piece of pizza. And I was like, oh, here's the money. And he goes, nah, you're good. Just take it. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. So I was like, shit, I'm happy I got 1 slice of pizza. So I started walking and I get to right about the end. And there's another little restaurant there. And there's a funnel cake and then a funnel cake with 2 fucking corn dogs on it. And they were foot long, but they were definitely longer than a foot. They were big. Those were fucking long. And I walk by and the guy goes, hey, take one of these. And I was like, oh, really? I was like, is this free? He's like, yeah, we're closing. They're already made. Just take them. They're just going to go in the garbage. So I'm like, wow, I fucking came at the best time. So I grab it and he was like, well, take the one with the corn dogs, right? And I was like, okay, fine. And I go to take that and he goes, I would take your pizza because I asked him if I needed to pay for it. He's like, I'll take your pizza. And I was like, do you really want the pizza? And he's like, I am starving. I was like, here, take this fucking pizza. So I gave that guy pizza and he goes, you know what? Thanks, man. Hold on 1 second. And then he goes over and he grabs 2 more corn dogs. So I got 4 fucking corn dogs and this massive fucking funnel cake for $0.00. And I walked back and was a hero because all you guys were like, yeah, I'll have that corn. Scarp fucking deep-throated a fucking corn dog. Kyle deep-throated a corn dog. You guys should have been there. It was awesome.
That's great. I was thinking about keistering it, but I ate it instead.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's so much other shit we could talk about. We don't want to stay on here all night, but like Dick Pictionary was funny as hell.
I know. I should have uploaded that so we could watch it because it is so funny. It is so funny. That Dick Pictionary.
So basically, Dick Pictionary, just to sum it up real quick, it's like 2 people go up on stage and then somebody has to draw like Pictionary, and then somebody has to have the microphone and yell out their guesses. But everything that they're drawing is like super raunchy. It's like freaking gangbang. It's like blowjob. It's this. It's all sex related stuff.
Yeah.
And the shit, the joke, the guess,
funny.
Dude, the guesses that were coming out of the people's mouths on their microphones was so goddamn funny.
It was hilarious, man.
There was a lady that I swear to God is like a high school math teacher or something like that.
Yes,
not in Sturgis. Yeah, and out in Sturgis, she's like saying the most craziest shit. I was like, oh my God.
Calm down, Martha.
Yeah, but take it easy, Martha.
Okay, so put it this way. There's like 4 or 5 teams of 2, and they're doing it, and they see how many people can get how many different things in what, 3 minutes or something?
Yeah, something like
and
that.
They end up with a tie, and they went into double overtime. It was so funny. I recorded a ton of it. But at one point, this lady's trying to guess, and she said titty swapping.
Titty swapping.
Just because you're just yelling random shit. She says titty swapping, and everybody was dying laughing because she was
like, because she said like wife swap,
swap, that swap, right?
Swap, yeah, titty swap,
titty swapping. And the guy, there's a host on the stage, and he's like, "What the hell is that?" Everybody's laughing.
Time's up. He's like, "Time's up. You got to explain to me what is titty swapping."
Yeah,
he was like, "I don't know. It's just something I said."
It was so great.
While that was going on, it was before the event started, and I'm like, I need a drink, but everything's booze there. It's like if you're not drinking booze, you got to go over. So I go buy a soda, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, can I
not drink?
I'm like, can I get a Sprite? So they give me this cup, and it's $8.50 for a Sprite, and I'm like, and it's in this big plastic cup, and I'm like, do I get refills? And the guy goes, what? I said, are there refills? And he said, yeah. I said, all right. So I leave and I go over and me and Mike are watching Dick Pictionary. And I'm like, I finished the Sprite and I'm like, you know what? On the walk back over to the event, I might as well refill this thing. There's fucking refills. So I stop and I'm refilling the Sprite. And the girl goes, are you refilling that? I said, yeah. She goes, oh, it's $5. And I'm like, what? She goes, it's $5 for a refill. I go, that guy said you have refills. She goes, yeah, we have refills for $5. I was like, you
I never would have
motherfucker.
bought that shit then.
I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, when I asked him if you have refills, I thought like that meant like
Who the
free
fuck
refills.
buys a drink on paid refills? I never even heard of that shit before.
Like, I never said they were free.
Paid refills.
Fucking you motherfucker. You got refills? Yeah, we got refills. Yeah. Yep.
People don't call drinks refills if you pay for them. That's just another drink.
Yeah, run.
Pay for.
He's like, run along, fuck boy. It was like I couldn't believe I got played like that. I'm like, man, I paid $13.
I heard her yell at him afterwards. You know, when we were walking away. Did you hear?
Yeah, I heard her say it too. She's like, you
next
need to
time you sell a drink, you got to tell them they have to pay for the refills.
Yeah, I heard that. Say that.
Too. Oh yeah, she really laid into him.
On the walk back over to the event, we'll just finish up with this. Mike and I stop at this freaking trailer and they have it set up like they're the biggest party animals in the fucking world, right? They got this sign up and it was like, they had this sign, club something, and they have like
called?
I don't remember, but they had like a blow up doll on the fucking ground, and
it was like
they're all sitting
seduction or something crazy. Like you thought, like they were things going on.
One of them was wearing a freaking bare knuckle shirt. So we stop, and Mike's like, "You guys bare knuckle fans?" They were the lamest motherfuckers. They were like,
they stared at us like they had no idea what was going on. I was like, well, you're wearing the fucking bare knuckle shirt. I figured you were a fan. And she was like, oh yeah. And we were like, oh yeah, well, we cover the sport, but when we start talking, they were staring at us. And one lady's like, well, she's a fighter. And I just looked at her and was like, no, she's not. We just told you that we cover the sport. Like we know that this person doesn't fucking fight. When I tell you, they set up this magnificent area with all these signs and shit. Like they go there every year, and they're like some crazy cool partying fucking people that you would think would be
lamest
awesome
motherfuckers ever.
It was it was terrible. It's like pack your stuff up and get the hell out of here right now. You guys are fucking killing the mood around here. Just get out. Freaking posers.
Yeah, posers.
Oh
my God.
Those are the realest posers I've ever seen.
Well, you know what? I'll go back, Mike. It was a great time.
That's right. Freaking jerks. Ruined my 5 minutes, those fucking bastards. See ya. Ha ha. Point at them and laugh. Losers. Get out of there. You don't belong at freaking Sturgis.
Yeah. Well, that's it, guys. That's our recap for the event. It was a fucking blast once again. It was a whirlwind for me and Mike. Oh, and not to mention in the travel home, I will say the travel home did suck something awful. Our 8:10 flight, we left Minneapolis.
We were supposed to leave at like 4:30.
We were supposed to leave Minneapolis at 8:10 and land in Providence at 11:59.
We were supposed to leave at 4:30, I thought.
No, we left Rapid City.
Oh yeah, Minneapolis, right.
We left, so we were supposed to leave Minneapolis at 8:10. We left there at 2:30 in the morning. We landed in Providence.
We loaded the fucking plane for an hour and a half, and they made us get off.
They made us get off. Yep. We were on the tarmac in the plane for an hour and a half in Minneapolis. They made us get off after like 4 hours of delay. And then we get to Providence. So they don't give us anything extra. They don't give us no vouchers. Nope. They don't give us no extra snacks, nothing. It was fucking
bag of Cheez-Its had 3 fucking Cheez-Its in it.
The bag of Cheez-Its this big. And then we land in Providence. It's 5:10 in the morning when we land in Providence. We sat on the tarmac for almost 2 hours because they didn't have a spot to pull the plane in. We were like, what the fuck?
Yep.
We didn't end up. I didn't end up getting home till 9:30, like 9 o'clock in the morning. It was
terrible. Yeah, it was terrible. We were on multiple planes.
Yeah, it was fucking awful. Anyways, traveling sucks nowadays, but we're still gonna do it because we have a good time at these things. There is an event this weekend up in Edmonton, Canada. You got Stuvie versus
River Cree.
Was it Santiago? Santiago. Yep. There's a bunch of Hassan's on that fight, on that card, right? There's a bunch of Joe Creer's on that card. Emma Murray's
Chad
on that card.
Lucanis is on the
Chad
card.
Lucanis. There's a bunch of really good fighters.
Hassan Al-Ghanim against Zach Panel.
Yeah. So
that guy should be fighting up. No offense, Brad, Zach. I mean, but Zach Panel should not be fighting Hassan.
Yeah.
Not now.
Well, you got something to watch this weekend, guys. Sturgis was a blast. Tune into the Edmonton
Emma Murray.
card
Yeah, and Emma Murray and Creer. Yeah.
Emma Murray. I want to see them fight again. We got to give a shout out to our sponsor, Full Blast. There, just come on board today and take a look at that little ticket at the bottom. Full Blast Clothing. Go follow them at Full Blast Clothing, and go to their website, fullblastclothing.com. Hold nothing back. A clothing brand for the fighters and the fans, right, Mikey? Just like us. Boom. Got anything else for the peeps?
I'm not frozen. I was just doing that.
You were tending. You were tending.
Yeah. I got nothing. I got to take a real pissa right now. I got to take a wicked pissa right now. So we're gonna have to get off. Thank you so much. We spoke for 2 hours when we were probably only supposed to stay on for about 45 minutes. But hey.
Shit happens. And congrats to Rick Caruso for another piece of memorabilia. You can just go hit up Russ for that. All right, guys, take it easy. Peace.